The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. When Jesus saw the crowds, he went up to the mountain, and after he had sat down, his disciples came to him. He began to teach them, saying, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the land. And blessed are they who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. And blessed are the clean of heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. And blessed are they who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And blessed are you when they insult you and persecute you and utter every kind of evil against you falsely because of me. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward will be great in heaven." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
The first reading from the book of Revelation paints a picture of heaven for St. John, who is taken up to heaven. And he sees there are all kinds of people from every time and from every place. He sees people from the Old Testament, represented by the 144,000. That is all the saints, all the holy people of the Old Testament times, too many to count, but numbered in some sense. And St. John sees all the people from New Testament times and beyond, and he numbers them as a crowd without number, too many to count. And everybody is there happy and joyful, giving praise and glory to God. They're all together in what they're doing, all the saints, the ones who lived from before the time of Jesus walking the earth, all those who lived during his lifetime, and all those who have lived since then as well, all those in heaven. And Saint John in Revelation paints that picture of a happy and joyful, but also a loud and raucous crowd in some sense, giving praise and glory to God in heaven. St. Bernard, from about 1,000 years ago, he adds a little bit to that picture in the sense of saying that as much as we desire to be in heaven, they desire even more that we be in heaven. The saints are cheering for us, encouraging us, rooting for us. And in some sense, they want us to be there even more than we want to be there. And they're pulling for us and cheering for us, praying for us all the time, without any kind of competition, no jealousy about us whatsoever, simply cheering us on. And they're excited that we may join them someday. And St. Bernard suggests it would be great if we were excited as well to join the saints in heaven. En la primera lectura del Apocalipsis, San Juan nos da una imagen de cómo es el cielo con la multitud de los santos, santos que vivían antes de Cristo y santos que vivían después también. Una muchedumbre que está alabando al Señor, gritando sus aclamaciones de gloria y alabanzas, dándole gracias, y una muchedumbre alegre, feliz, y una multitud de personas, de santos, que quiere estar con nosotros o que quieren que estemos con nosotros también. Entonces, un santo, San Bernardo, hace 1000 años, escribe también que los santos quieren que estemos con ellos aún más que nosotros queremos estar con ellos. Son más emocionantes y excitantes sobre la posibilidad que estemos con ellos un día. Entonces, bueno, quiero darles una mirada de lo que ahora está pasando en el cielo. Una mirada por la ventana entre el cielo y la tierra. ¿De qué están haciendo los santos ahora? Entonces, cierre los ojos para que yo les dé esta imagen de lo que está pasando en el cielo. So I want to give you a little glimpse of what's happening in heaven right now. Kind of glimpsing through the window a little bit there too, to see exactly what the saints are doing. So close your eyes and place yourself in God's presence, looking through the window into heaven, and see St. Peter holding the keys of the kingdom of heaven. The best friend of Jesus, but he left Jesus at the most difficult time of his life. He denied knowing Jesus repeatedly, and he wept bitterly for his sin. He and Jesus were reconciled at the resurrection. St. Peter's pulling for you, especially when you feel bad for not having been a good friend to Jesus. Mira a San Pedro, llevando las llaves del cielo, el mejor amigo de Jesús, pero lo dejó en el momento más difícil de su vida. Negó conocer a Jesús y lloró amargamente. Está animando a ti, especialmente cuando te sientes mal, por no haber sido un buen amigo de Jesús. See St. Paul, a little shorter, holding a sword in one hand and the writings of his letters in the other. He persecuted Christ's church, but was loud and a bold defender of the faith in foreign lands and to all people. He's rooting for you, especially when you feel ashamed to speak up or to act right in public. Mira San Pablo, chaparrito, tiene una espada en una mano y sus cartas en la otra. Perseguía la iglesia de Cristo, pero fue valiente en su defensa de la fe cristiana en todas las tierras. Está rezando por ti, especialmente cuando te sientes vergüenza hablar o hacer lo que es correcto en público. See St. Frances Cabrini, dressed in her black habit. She's surrounded by Italians, Argentinians, Nicaraguans, Americans, Peruvians. She's praying for you, especially when you feel fear or indifference toward those who are different from you in any way. Mira a Santa Francisca Cabrini, vestida en negro, arrodillada por italianos, argentinos, nicaragüenses, estadounidenses, peruvianos. Está rezando por ti, especialmente cuando tengas miedo de ellos que son diferentes de ti. See St. John Bosco. He's the one surrounded by dozens of children, teaching them, instructing them in the way of the Christian faith. He's pulling for you, especially when you look down on young people and miss their good Christian example and their lively faith. Mira a San Juan Bosco, arrodillado por muchos niños y adolescentes, enseñándolos. Está animando a ti, especialmente cuando desprecias a los jóvenes y adolescentes y no veas su buen ejemplo cristiano. See St. Martha. She's busy about the hospitality of heaven, taking care of the daily chores in heaven, making sure everyone is comfortable, has something to eat and something to drink. She's praying for you, especially when you feel burdened and depressed with the routine tasks of life. Mira a Santa Marta, ocupada por la hospitalidad del cielo. Está rezando por ti, especialmente cuando te sientes agobiado y deprimida con los quehaceres rutinas de la vida. See St. Joseph. He's dressed in brown, holding his carpenter's square. Sweat coming from his brow. He's rooting for you, especially at work, when you find it hard in so many ways to be a good Christian. Mira a San José, vestido en café, el carpintero con un martillo en su mano. Está rezando por ti, especialmente en tu trabajo, cuando encuentres dificultad en ser buen cristiano. See St. Teresa of Lisieux, 24 years old, dressed in her brown Carmelite habit, holding flowers in her hand. She's the one doing little acts of love a kind word to one saint, a helping hand to another. She's praying for you, especially when you are confronted with people you find hard to love. Mira a Santa Teresita, vestida en café, 24 años de edad, llevando flores en su mano, haciendo unas obras de amor a los demás. Una palabra amable, un santo, ayudando al otro, está rezando por ti, especialmente cuando estés confrontado con personas difíciles a amar. See Mary, the mother of Jesus, dressed in blue, arms outstretched towards you, smiling at you. All the best traits, all the best love of a perfect mother. She smiles at you proudly for your work as a Christian, for your work as her son or daughter. She's praying for you now and at the hour of your death. That is, she prays for you without ceasing, praying that you love all her children, all your brothers and sisters, all the saints. Mira a la Virgen María, Madre de Jesús, vestida en azul, con los brazos extendidos hacia ti, una sonrisa en su rostro. Todas las características perfectas de una madre perfecta. Te ríe a ti, orgullosamente, por el cristiano que eres. Está rezando por ti ahora y en la hora de tu muerte, es decir, continuamente sin cesar, rezando que ames a todos sus hijos, tus hermanos y hermanas, a todos los santos. Por tus buenas obras, córrele para que estés con ellos para siempre en el cielo. With great joy in your heart, hasten to meet the saints with your holiness and your kind deeds done out of love for others.